KFDM 6 News. You can count on us. Live from the KFDM studios. You're watching Live at 5 with Kelly Phillips and Chief Meteorologist Greg Bostwick.
The former NASA flight director, best known for getting the Apollo 13 astronauts safely back to Earth, spoke today at the Beaumont Rotary Club. Gene Kranz says teamwork, leadership, and trust were key in saving the 3 astronauts in 1970 after an oxygen tank ruptured. He says his team during the Apollo mission was young. The average age was just 26. Kranz says young people are the key to the country's future success. He's hopeful the U.S. will continue with space exploration as well as more missions to the moon.
Within the next decade, we will see America back on a track to get back to the moon. And I believe that should be our initial destination because we have so much to learn there.
Kranz has been the subject of movies and books and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Lawmakers from both parties.
Live from the KFDM studios, you're watching 6 News.
Thanks, Greg. You've heard the line, maybe you've even used it. Houston, we have a problem. The man who received those words from the Apollo 13 crew told a Beaumont Rotary audience today, we're not pushing hard enough to keep our technological edge. Amber Downing reports former Mission Control Flight Director Gene Kranz is working to inspire a new generation to study math and science.
We lost an engine during the second stage powered flight.
As the flight director of the Apollo missions told the story of Apollo 13, the audience listened as if they'd never heard the story before.
This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem.
It's the story of the 3rd lunar landing mission, one where an oxygen tank exploded and forced Gene Kranz and his crew to abort their mission. Kranz was immortalized in the movie Apollo 13.
We never lost an American in space. We're sure as hell not going to lose one on my watch. Failure is not an option.
And it's a story in which Kranz's determination became famous.
Leadership, trust, values, and teamwork. And these are the key elements for success in literally every profession, particularly in high-risk professions like we have in spaceflight.
Kranz says he was one of the oldest men on the team that guided men onto the moon. Their average ages were just 26.
Young people, it's essential they keep the dream alive because the young people are basically the fire, they're the fuel for the energy our country needs to compete.
Kranz says he's not seeing the same dedication to learning math and science as he did during his time at Mission Control.
I don't see the same focus on technology generation as a way to keep the economic engine of our country going.
He believes young people, students, are the key to that engine. Gabriel Gross studies petrogeology at Lamar University with a new interest in space.
He's an American legend. I mean, you grew up watching the movies, so of course that sparks an interest.
A Lamar professor encouraged Gross and other students to hear Kranz speak.
I wanted to see the experience that actually I grew up with, which was the Apollo program, and see some of the excitement that existed at that time.
An excitement for space exploration and for science. Kranz hopes will catch on again. In Beaumont, Amber Downing, KFDM 6 News.
The Lamar students who listened to Kranz have submitted a project to NASA. If NASA accepts it, the project could be taken aboard a flight into space.
Coming up on KFDM News.
First in HD, 12 News at 6 starts now.
And the disabled. Well, the man who led the team that brought the Apollo 13 safely back to Earth, right there he is. He kept the attention of Beaumont Rotary Club members this afternoon. That's Gene Kranz. He was the featured speaker at today's luncheon.
Failure is not an option was the motto that helped carry Kranz through the Apollo 13 crisis. The spaceship was struggling after its oxygen system failed. Kranz retired from NASA in 1994 after 37 years of federal service and is now a consultant and speaker. Ed Harris received a Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination for his portrayal of Kranz in the 1995 film Apollo 13.